Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we're here with a video on the most useful achievement diary unlocks within the game of RuneScape. However, before that, our channel is nearing 10,000 subscribers, so if you're new, make sure you hit that sub button, please. I'm just playing. Do whatever you want, but for 10,000 subscribers, I will be doing an IRL/RuneScape Q&A. The IRL portion will not be filmed IRL, however, I will answer any questions about myself that you have, and so basically what you guys can do to have your question answered, go ahead and leave a comment on this video. Ask me anything you want, in-game, IRL, anything like that, and I'll be choosing 4 random commenters that are subscribed to the channel and giving away a bond to them. So if you guys want to be entered into that, go ahead and do that down below. But with that said, let's go ahead and get on into the video. So moving on into the video, there are a couple of things that we will have to take into account. Basically, I will be ranking these on a scale of 1 to 5. However, there are a lot of things that vary from account to account. So as you guys can see, how useful a perk is to a majority of RS players is important to me. And basically, this means that some things may be more important for Iron Men that I do not have in here. That's personal preference and your personal account build. On top of that, amount of practical uses within the game is also important because some players like to play the game a little differently, and I'm just going to assume we're all the average player, because if you are someone that's going for maybe 200 mil agility XP, the 25% increase of Marks of Grace at the rooftop course could be more important to you than other ones on this list, so take that into account. So coming in at number 5, we have the Falador Hard Diary, and the unlock that comes with the shield with the Hard Diary is the Mole Locator. So if you guys are unaware, Mole is an old school RS boss that is located under the Falador Garden, and upon digging down you will be in a lair with the Mole. Now the Mole's lair is quite expansive, and there are a lot of places that he can be, typically starting off in the middle depending on where he may be killed in other phases by other players. However, if you start there, once he gets down below 100 HP, there is a 1 in 4 chance per hit that he will dig down and then teleport somewhere else within the Mole Cave. Now, with this, it is quite hard to try to find him if you are just running around. It does take a decent amount of time, and the fact that he'll only stay there for 4 hits on average is quite annoying. So what the Mole Locator does is constantly allow you to know where he is underground, and with this, you are able to get significantly faster kills, averaging about a minute per kill to maybe a little bit over if you're a lower level. And what this allows for is a decent moneymaker for medium to high level players within the game. With the recent Zora nerf, a lot of people coming here, you can make a mil plus per hour, and the Mole does have a pet that's pretty easily attainable considering it's a 1 in 3k KC drop rate, and you can average about 50 to 60 kills an hour, making it a pretty quick pet. So coming in at number 4, we have the Candor and Hard Diary, and what the Candor and Hard Diary allows for is multiple improvements to the agility skill at lower to medium to high levels, I guess, depending on what you consider low and high as far as agility goes. However, at level 6 you have the Sears Rooftop Agility course unlocked, and basically what this teleport allows you to do is as you come down the last obstacle of the course, you can teleport and you will be placed close to the first obstacle of the course, making the XP rate significantly faster and actually making this course a better choice of course over both Polnevich and Relica, the 70 and 80 tier Rooftop Agility courses. On top of that, you do have an added 15% Marks of Grace whenever you're running this course, and what that allows for is for you to quickly obtain your full set of Graceful at these lower levels, and on top of that, profit a little bit more over your journey from 60 to 90 agility. Now coming in at number 3, we have something that's a little different. Basically, with the Varrock Diaries, you can actually have this unlocked at any of them, however, it gets progressively better over time. Basically, with Zaf's Staff Shop, you don't know how many times that took me to pronounce, but you are able to get discounted battle staffs per day. So the way that this works is with the easy diaries complete, you can get 15, with the mediums you can get 30, with the hards you can get 60, and with the elites you can get 120. So obviously I'd recommend the elites. However, if there's something in that diary that you don't think you'll ever be able to achieve, obviously aim a little bit lower. But what these battle staffs are able to do for you, basically if you're an Iron Man, they're just very, very useful because you don't have to get them as drops or buy them for the regular price. However, if you are someone that is able to trade, they can actually make you a decent amount of money as you're able to get 2k profit per one obviously per day. So depending on how many you have unlocked, you can obviously make more or less, but say assuming you have the elites done, you can buy 120 per day at 2k profit per one. Now with that said, that's 240k per day. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but if you go over a 14-day stretch, you'll be making more than a bond is, which essentially makes your RuneScape membership free, as the Zaf Staff Shop doesn't take that long to get to, and the buying of them doesn't take long either. It's relatively no time loss, and it's free membership essentially. eventually if you have the higher tiers unlocked. Now, number 2 is quite hard for me. Basically, I was debating between number 1 and 2, so they're almost interchangeable as far as their efficiency within the game and how helpful they are, but basically what I went for was the Fremenik noted Dagonoth bones. Now, with the Fremenik Elite Diaries done, what this allows you to do is whenever you're doing Dagonoth Kings, you can actually get the bones noted. And with the higher levels being able to achieve between 80 to 90 kills per hour at Dagonoths, and Dagonoth bones being 10k per one, this is an extra 8 to 900k profit per hour there, which is really impressive considering you're also having the chance at a ring for every kill that you do here. And this makes Dagonoth Kings probably an efficient Slayer task, I would say, if you're not running alts or you don't want to go ahead and do that, because you will be gaining almost a mil per hour just in bones themselves on top of whatever ring drops you get. So that's what makes this really helpful. The one problem is it's obviously an elite tier, so it's not really accessible to the average player. However, if you're actually planning on doing a lot of Slayer, I'd highly recommend unlocking this perk. Now, with a couple honorable mentions, I'll go ahead and get on through these real quick. Basically, Barrows runes for Iron Men. Now, with the Moritania Hard unlock, you get 50% more runes per trip at Barrows. Not really practical for the average player, considering Barrows isn't all that efficient with the low prices of Barrows armor. However, for Iron Men that are looking to go ahead and get Barrows armor, or maybe fill up all the sets, these added runes can actually add up a lot over time and are really helpful for Iron Men in particular. Now, on top of that, we do have one for hardcore Iron Men, and this is something that has been recently displayed in a friend's video, and that is the Zora Resurrection that is unlocked with the completion of the Western Provinces Elite. What this allows for is once per day, if you die at Zora, you actually don't die, however you come back. It doesn't make you leave the area, so it is a bit sketchy because it just refills your HP, so if you're DDoS or if you're just disconnected from your internet, you still could die. However, it does act as a little safe fall that could be useful for some people. And the last one that I wanted to add personally was the Kalphite Queen layer shortcut. If anyone's ever done Kalphite Queen, whether on task or just for fun, you do know that once you go down that layer, it is a little maze that you got to run through. And if you are able to get the desert elites done, you can just bolt right in there, and it is so helpful. For those of you that are going on a Kalphite Queen grind for a pet potentially, it's definitely worth it considering this boss hits pretty heavily and you can only get 2 to 3 kills per trip at most levels, so you are doing a lot of banking, and each run you'll save yourself tons of time by having this shortcut unlocked. And so now coming in at number 1, we have pretty much a combination. Up until this point, all of them have been one in particular. However, the Wilderness Elite Diaries do actually unlock you 2 very useful things within the game. Now, the first one being noted dragon bones within the wilderness. While dragons may not be all that efficient for higher level players to kill, you can actually camp them for clue scrolls because green dragons have a very good chance of dropping you a hard clue if you have the Ring of Wealth Ion. And if you wanted to come here on the lunar spell books and also be able to craft your own d'hide bodies, you could make trips last significantly longer than normal for the average player, allowing you to increase your GP per hour while also allowing you to grind out for hard clue scrolls. On top of this, elites are sometimes camped for lava dragons, and being able to collect those bones is very helpful in trying to gain a little bit of side cash to pay for whatever spells you're using there. So that is the first one. However, on top of that, with the Elite Wilderness completed, one thing that you're able to do is have infinite teleports to the Fountain of Ruin, and what this allows you to do is have the quickest route to be able to charge glories, and with 1 to 1.5k margins per glory, and this allowing you to practically cut your trip time in half, it's very useful to have this unlocked and allows for one of the best money-making methods within the game of RuneScape. Alright, that is it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Now, something I know a lot of people may have comments about, and that is the fact that all of these have such high requirements. I understand that. That's the point of the video. The video is meant to exemplify the best and most useful achievement diary perks within the game. If you were going to maybe look for some of the most efficient, I could do that in a video in the future, some of the most accessible and kind of helpful perks. However, this video alone is meant to exemplify the best, and obviously that is going to be locked behind tons of high-level content like 93 Slayer, quest caves, high levels across the board, just everywhere. It's stuff that's going to naturally happen because you want high-level players to be rewarded and incentivized to get to those levels. So I know while I didn't include any low-level ones, that's because not a lot of low-level ones are really that great. I mean, there are some that are useful in the game. However, as far as being quote-unquote the best or in the top 5 or even maybe top 7 or 8, there's none really to speak of. So that's why you guys didn't see any of that. If you guys feel cheated out of that, let me know in a comment down below. Also, on top of that, speaking of comments, obviously remember to leave your question for me for the Q&A and your chance to win a bond. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. Also subscribe. We're getting close to 10K. Pretty hyped about that. But if you're watching this video as soon as it goes live, I probably will be streaming over on Twitch, so if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, link in the description down below. And if you're watching this later, feel free to check it out anyways and leave a follow, because I like to stream every now and then. But yeah, with that said, hope you guys have a wonderful day, and